Thank you for tuning in. This is the Shikama Live Show. This is part 3 of Feminism Doesn't Apply to Black Women. In this part, I'm going to talk about the lie of the patriarchy. A part of the whole crux or lever that feminism really relies upon is the notion of society is run by a patriarchy. But I'm here to tell you, just like global warming being caused by humans, it relies upon your complete and utter ignorance on the subject. Both global warming and patriarchy in this instance. We're actually headed toward a mini ice age, but people are running around talking about global warming. Why? Because you are ignorant of the factors in climatology. You are ignorant of even what the word patriarchy means. And feminists rely upon this ignorance to continue to say that society is run by the patriarchy. So I'm here to educate you about the word patriarchy. Is there global warming? Sure. Is it caused by man? No. Not even possible. Man is incapable of changing the globe unless he does some stupid tricks, but his stupid tricks might actually render us out of orbit of the sun, so I wouldn't do that. Is society run by the patriarchy? Sure. But is it the definition that the feminists use? Absolutely not. So let's go over what patriarchy actually is. A patriarch is a man who has special power and influence over not just his family, but also in society, due to privileges gathered through intersections of age, wealth, achievement, lineage, patronage, and the exploitation of others, as these attributes add to his place in the elite society hierarchy. That's what a patriarch is. Is every man a patriarch? No. Not even close. Under nobody's definition is every man a patriarch. Not even remotely possible. Every man can't be a patriarch because that very ending of the definition. In short, men are tougher, stronger, taller, and physically more capable than women, so they lead. Okay, so we got that right. We got that down. Men are physically more capable than women, so in all societies on the planet Earth, men are the leaders of their particular societies, right? In every human society, and the ones that feminists try to revamp and say women rule some societies have all been debunked. Every one of them. Men ruled. In every human society, there were always elites. Belonging to the group of elites was never based on gender. So you had women who were in the elite group. Women belonged to the elite. However, men ruled the society and they ruled the elite. If a woman ever had a claim over elites, she was made the leader without question. So we have historically queens and such, and that was, and we're talking about the heyday of patriarchy, as the feminists love to call it. And here is the lie of feminism plays upon your ignorance of English, for one, and your complete ignorance of history and sociology. And here is the nail, the final nail in the coffin. So the feminists run around saying society was run by the patriarchy. Yes, that's true, but it is also was run by traditions of elitism, a ranking of inferiorities, and its privileges, oligarchical and plutocratic, all at the same time. Complicated by current and or legacy features of sectarianism, imperialism, and colonialism. So the gender thing was only ever 10% of what society was based on and ruled, and who made the rules. Because America has nothing, the masses are ignorant, incapable of thinking, completely uneducated on many topics. You can have a group like the feminists pop up and be somewhat successful in their efforts. Why? Because the massive amounts of Americans, you people, don't know what they're even talking about. Patriarchy. In your mind, you go, oh, that has to do something with a man, right? Patriarch. A patriarch is a man. He's the head of the house. While that definition is true of patriarch, or you can ascribe it to a grandfather or a father in a home, the strict definition I just read to you, you don't know the strict definition. You don't know historical societies and cultures around the world. You don't know. You just don't know. So if a feminist runs up and says, oh, in Southeast Asia, women were equal to men, or there was gender neutrality, or even in Southeast Asia, it was women who ruled certain tribes. Lie. Complete lies. But you don't know. You don't know any better, so you fall for it. What does an oligarchy have to do with gender? Nothing. What does a plutocratic society have to do with gender? Nothing. Elitism? Nothing about gender. So when you take a focused look with some education applied to it at feminism and the tools that they use, their entire premise falls flat on its face, and you clearly see that what they're doing is, like we like to say in regular places, they are lying. So technically, yes, every society was patriarchal. Sure it was. But the other 9 things along with it also applied to the society. We live in the 5-second soundbite world where women can, and then so feminists can say, oh, society is based on patriarchy, and people go, oh yeah, that's true, yes, because they called my grandfather the patriarch of the family, so that must be true. Yeah, your grandfather was not a patriarch. He might have been the patriarch of your family due to his age and his generation, but he is not a patriarch. He was not a patriarch. He is not a patriarch, and he never will. He probably never will be. Let's be honest. I don't think any of y'all are. Any of you billionaires watching me? Any of you? No, I don't think you are. Yeah. So basically, pretty much in the United States, to be a patriarch, you have to be, first of all, a billionaire. Let's call a spade a spade. You have to be a billionaire. Yes, there are millionaires in Congress. They're not patriarchs. Oh, shocking. Yeah, I know. The uneducated masses. It's the uneducated masses. I mean, I don't know how much clearer to put this. You're uneducated. You have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. And for you people arguing with me, you have no education. You're trying to argue with me on a point that you heard in like grade school or something like that, and it doesn't even apply to any of my videos. So, focus. Patriarchy. Yes, society is based on patriarchy, along with 9 other things that it's based on. Was gender ever a consideration in building society? No, not really. Not really. As I said, it was mainly based on elitism and how that elitism was applied to the society, and questions of religion, questions of government, questions of economics and financial questions. All of those are also covered. Does patriarchy cover that? No, not at all. It doesn't even touch on it. Patriarchy has nothing to do with religion. It doesn't even remotely touch on the religious question in a society. What religion we're going to be or not going to be. Doesn't touch on it. Doesn't touch on anything economic whatsoever. At all. Not even remotely. Doesn't touch on... the only thing that it touches upon is the stratification or the hierarchy in the society. Who goes where? But the who goes where mainly applies to men. You're the head of your household. We're going to rank you here. And everybody in your household falls into that category. Everybody. If your son grows up and does something above and beyond what you did, we'll revisit it then. That's patriarchy. Okay, so now let's go to the feminist propaganda talking about they want to blame the patriarchy for the woes and evils that befall women. Not true. Why? Because patriarchy has nothing to do with any of that. It's just a continuing on and on and on about something that doesn't even apply. It doesn't apply whatsoever to what they're trying to say. And I believe I've already debunked most of the stuff that they're saying are the evils and woes. I believe I did that in video 1. So if you haven't seen it, go to part 1 of this series. I debunked most of their claims of the woes that befall women. Okay, that's it for our time today. The next one I'm going to specifically talk about why feminism does not apply to black women. And let me be very clear. The target audience of all of my videos are black middle class and upper class viewers. Black middle class and upper class men and women. It is not to white people. It is not to Asian people, Jewish, Latinos, South Americans, Pacific Islanders, Inuits, Native American. I'm not even concerned with you people. I'm only really talking to black middle class. I'm not even talking to all black people. Black middle class and black upper class people. If you're lower class, and let me go ahead and define that right now. Do you have a household income of $80,000? If you don't, my videos don't apply to you. $80,000 and above. My videos don't apply to you. If you don't make that, my videos don't apply to you. My videos will never apply to you. I'm going to get into some stuff that you will see. You will be lost. You will be confused. You will have absolutely no idea how to even listen to the video because you're not in that realm. Black lower class people, there's already people who talk to you. They're called rappers. They're called Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson and Louis Farrakhan. That's who you should go listen to. I'm not being elitist. I have a target audience. Every radio, TV, commercial has a target audience. My target audience is black middle class and upper class. I can't relate to anybody else anyway. I can't relate to being lower class at all. I have no idea where to even begin I've never been I've never gone hungry. I've never had to worry about bills. I've never had to think about money. Never. If I go shopping for anything, food, clothes, what have you, I pick it up and take it to the register and say, I want this. I don't have to look at the tags. That's just me. That's how I've lived my entire life. If you can say that, and I'm not talking about you don't pay attention. I'm talking about your entire family doesn't have to worry about what they purchase. I'm not going to go pay cash for a Lamborghini. I'm not. Well, I'm not stupid. I'm not saying I'm fantastic, but I'm saying this is my lifestyle. So how can I talk to somebody who has to worry about the food that they eat, or they have to compare prices on food that when they go grocery shopping? I can't relate to that. I'm speaking to my target audience. I appreciate comments, but I've been told by my inner circle, if you will, to not worry about so much about some of these comments. I'm actually a pretty busy guy. So I've been told not to worry about all of these comments and so forth and so on. I appreciate the comments. I appreciate you. I will never stop you from expressing your feelings or expressing your opinions. That's fine. Make sure you don't use any racial slurs. I try and say this as often as I can. I don't ban people for anything, even insulting me. I don't ban you. Just don't use any racial slurs. Take the race, the bigotry out of your comments. All right, and that's it for this video. Thank you for watching the Shikama Live Show.